These are two interesting recent acquisitions to the collection. They are both street railway lamps, which, if you've never heard of them, they're a type of lamp which is designed to operate in series strings of 5 on the 600 volt nominal car traction supply. And because of this, they are designed to suppress internal arcing at end of life. Now, the way that is typically done with these lamps is that they are, at least in the lower power ratings, like this 36 watt lamp, and they also made 23 watts, but those, as far as I can tell, were discontinued many years ago. And also 56 watts in an A21 envelope, which is one of those lamps that I really like to get a hold of, is that the internal atmosphere of the lamp would be a vacuum. However, these lamps are both gas-filled. Now, what I'm reasonably sure they're doing with both of these lamps is they're using a nitrogen gas fill. Because nitrogen is, especially in the few hundreds of volts range, a very hard gas to strike a discharge in. Not saying it's impossible, but it's fairly hard to do. And so that is a way of preventing destructive, catastrophic and possibly explosive arcing when the lamp burns out. And anyways, about the lamps, this one is a 36 watt NYCTA, that's New York City Transit Authority, what is now known as the money-taking agency. But that's, how old the specifications for these lamps are, even though this particular lamp, I'm reasonably sure, was made in May of either 2005 or possibly 2015. I'm going to see Tungsram, Street Railway, E5. Of course, this is made by General Electric, because General Electric by this point owned, and still does, Tungsram. And this lamp is made in Hungary. It doesn't say it on the etch, but it is marked on the base and also on the box. It's made in Hungary in the UPC there. Although what's interesting is that it's a 10-digit UPC, but this is a lamp that typically wouldn't be sold to normal people. It was actually from a fairly specialist lamp retailer that I was able to get this ATR lighting. It's a bunch of good stuff, but kind of on the expensive side. And this lamp, I'm fairly sure, was made in Nagykanizsa, in Hungary, country where it was made. This lamp is 101 watts. This is a lamp which wasn't typically used on cars, but it would sometimes be used for work lighting, and also in buildings where the only electricity that was available was the 600 volt car traction supply. And again, these lamps would be burned in series groups of 5. Now, what they did with this 101 watt lamp, and also the 151 watt, 201 watt, and 301 watt versions of this, is the power rating differs from a standard GLS lamp by 1 watt to indicate, hey, you idiot, this isn't a normal lamp. And it's also an arc suppressing design. And at least in the larger sizes, some of the ways they would do that is with a special extra fusing in the lamp. Because some of the larger sizes were gas filled, even back in the day, at least from what I can determine. And this lamp was made in Mexico, Mexico City specifically. That's what the S in the date code refers to. The 0 is the 1's digit of the year, in this case almost certainly 2000 or possibly 2010. The A is the month, but it's not the way you think it would be with like the Philips date code system. What that refers to is the last 3 digits of, the last 3 months of the year. In the case of A, that would be October, because the way that the Austria-Slovenia date code system works is for the monthly type, which is also what that terminal 8 means. That just means that this is the monthly format of date code. Is 0 through 9 refers to January to September inclusive, and then A, B, and C refer to October, November, and December, respectively. If this was a quarterly lamp, that 8 would instead be a 9, and the number in where the A is would be either 1, 2, 3, or 4 for first, second, third, or fourth quarter of the year. Now, they also had a weekly format, which would just be 3 characters. There'd be the factory code, at least unless it was one of the handful of factors that uses 2 letters, but only a few do. Then, of course, the 1 digit of the year, and lowercase a through lowercase z for the first 26 of the year, and uppercase a through uppercase z for week 27 to week 52. And that could be extended upon a daily format where there would also be a 1 through 7 inclusive for Monday to Sunday of that week, and in some cases there'd even be a shift code, which would be a lowercase a, b, or c, constituting a 5th character in the date code. So yeah, interesting little lamps, and quite useful.